A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inshallah, in today's class, I intend on doing some revision. So we will try to go over some of the verses that we have studied over the last few weeks, if not months. Just briefly have an overlook again, and this way we can try to remember the verses that we've studied in the past. So we'll start with the verses that we completed yesterday, and then make our way backwards and try to cover as many verses as we can. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَإِذْ وَعَدْنَا مُوسَى 40 لَيْلَةً ثُمَّ تَخَذْتُمُ الْعِجْلَ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ وَأَنْتُمْ ظَالِمُونَ. وَإِذْ, and when, وَعَدْنَا, we promised. You can see the noon alif in the end. This is indicating towards us, we, and this is in the past tense. Wa'adna, we promised Musa. Wa'iz wa'adna Musa, and when we promised Moses alayhi salam of what? Arba'ina is 40. Layla, nights. Arba'ina layla, 40 nights. Thumma, then, ittakhastum, you took al-ijla, the calf, min ba'dihi, min is from, min ba'dihi is after him. So after Moses alayhi salam left for 40 nights, his followers took the calf as a means to worship, right? So as you can see, the translation took the calf for worship. Min ba'dihi, they've translated it as in his absence, after him. Wa antum, and you, zalimun, are transgressors. Now, when you look at the translation here, wa is wa'adna Musa, and remember the time. So is when. But as you can see, the translation here is, and remember the time when we made Moses a promise. Wa'adna Musa, we made Moses a promise of what? Arba'ina layla, of 40 nights. Thumma takhastumul ijla, then ittakhastum, you took al-ijla, the calf, for worship, and this is understood min ba'dihi, in his absence. Wa antum zalimun, and you were transgressors. Wa iz faraqna bikumul bahra فَأَنْجَيْنَاكُمْ وَأَغْرَقْنَا آلَ فِرْعَوْنَ وَأَنْتُمْ تَنْظُرُونَ. وَإِذْ, and when, فَرَقْنَا, we divided. Again, as you can see, the noon alif is referring to we. فَرَقْنَا, we divided. Bikum. If you remember, if you came to the class yesterday, bikum has a variety of meanings, right? So here we've translated it as bikum, for you. So wa is farakna bikum, and when we divided for you al-bahra, the sea. Fa-anjaynakum, right? Fa-anjaynakum is fa, so anjayna, right? Anjayna will be we saved, kum, you. Fa-anjaynakum, so we saved you. Wa aghraqna, and aghraqna, again noon alif is referring to we. Aghraqna, we drowned. Drowned whom? Ala Fir'aun. Al is people, nation, followers. Okay. Ala Fir'aun, the people of Pharaoh. Wa antum, and you, tanzurun, you look on. Right? So again, this is happening whilst the followers were looking on as to what Allah was doing with the enemy. Wa is farakna bikumul bahra, and remember the time when we divided the sea, bikum, for you. Fa anjaynakum, and saved you. Wa aghraqna, and drowned. Of course, we drowned. Ala Fir'aun, Pharaoh's people. Wa antum, while you, Tanzurun, you looked on. Okay. Then the verse before is وَإِذْ نَجَّيْنَاكُمْ مِنْ آلِ فِرْعَوْنَ يَسُومُونَكُمْ سُوءَ الْعَذَابِ يُذَبِّحُونَ أَبْنَاءَكُمْ وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَكُمْ وَفِي ذَلِكُمْ بَلَاءٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ عَظِيمٌ. وَإِذْ, and when, نَجَّيْنَاكُمْ, okay? Najjayna, we delivered, we saved, kum, you. Min is from. Ali Fir'aun, the people of Pharaoh. Al, again, family, people, followers. Yasumunakum, they afflict. Yasumuna, they afflict. Kum, you. Okay. Yasumunakum, they afflict you with what? Su al azab. Azab is punishment, torment. Su is a grievous, a very difficult form of torment. And the torment was that yuzabbihuna, they slay. Normally, as you can see, the root can come from here. And in Urdu, as you're familiar, ziba means to slaughter. Okay. So yuzabbihuna, they slay abna'akum, your sons. Son is ibnun. Abna is sons, plural. وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ, and yastahyuna, they spare. Right? In Arabic, they say hayatun means life. So yastahyuna, the verb indicates that they keep alive. So the punishment was yastahyuna nisaakum, your women. So the grievous torment that they gave to the Israelites was that they killed and they slayed the sons, or the men in general, and they kept alive, they spared the women. وَفِي ذَلِكُمْ, and fi, in zalikum, in this, kum, for you, is what? Is a bala'un, a trial. A trial from whom? Min, from, rabbikum, kum, your Rabb Lord. And this trial is azim. It's a great trial. Now we go to the verse earlier. Wattaqu, right? Wattaqu, and fear, and you fear. This is fi'l amr. It's an instruction. And fear what? Yawman. Yawman is a day. Wattaqu yawman, and fear the day. La tajzi. La is not. Tajzi is to be a substitute. La tajzi, the day will not, this day, what will not substitute? Nafsun. A soul, la tajzi, will not substitute an nafsin, from soul. This is the split word translation, but when you look at the translation here, and fear the day when no soul shall serve as a substitute for another soul, shay'an, at all. Okay, so no soul, la tajzi nafsun, no soul shall substitute an nafsin for another soul, shay'an, at all. Obviously, this is referring to the Day of Judgment. Wala yukbalu, wala, and not, yukbalu, will not be accepted. La yukbalu, will not be accepted. What will not be accepted? Minha, from. Minha is, min is from, ha is it, min, from, ha it, shafa'a, intercession. Right, so la yukbalu minha shafa'a, and intercession will not be accepted. Wala yu'khazu, and la, not, yu'khazu, be taken. Wala yu'khazu, and it shall not be taken. What will not be taken? Minha, from it, adlun, ransom. Wala hum, and not they, whom they, yunsarun, they shall be helped. Okay, so when you say wala hum yunsarun, is that they will not be helped. So let's look at the general translation quickly. وَاتَّقُوا يَوْمًا, and ittaqu yawman, fear the day, la tajzi nafsun an nafsin shay'a. So what I want you to do now is try to translate with me. So try it in your own mind. Try to see how well you're able to translate. Okay. So la tajzi nafsun an nafsin shay'a. La tajzi is obviously, as I taught you in the split word, is to serve as a substitute. So when you say la tajzi nafsun an nafsin shay'a, is when no soul shall serve as a substitute an nafsin, for another soul, shay'a, at all. Wala yukbalu minha shafa'a. Shafa'a, intercession. No shall, wala, and no shall, la is not, shafa'a, intercession, be accepted. I'm sure you've heard of the word qabul, which means acceptance. So la yukbalo will not be accepted. Minha, from it, shafa'atun, intercession. No shall intercession be accepted for it. Wala yu'khazu minha adlun. No shall ransom, adlun, ransom, be taken. Yu'khazu is be taken, minha, from it. Wala yu'khazu minha adlun. No shall ransom be taken from it. Wala hum yunsarun. No shall they be, yunsarun, be helped. Let's move on. Ya bani Israel, azkuru ni'mati allati an'amtu alaykum wa anni faddaltukum 'alal 'alamin. Ya bani Israel, O children of Israel. So ya is always used to call out someone. Ya, O bani, children, Israel, of Israel. Uskuru is you remember, right? So this is not, if I remove you, I think this will make it a bit easier. So the translation of you remember is not in the sense of do you remember which favors I did for you? It's not in that sense. So this is an instruction. Fail amr is you remember, like always remember, in that sense. So uskuru, remember, ni'mati, my favor. Ni'ma is favor, ni'mati, my favor. Which favor? Allati, which, an'amtu, which I bestowed, right? So this is the noun. Ni'ma is the noun, right? An'amtu is the verb in past tense. I bestowed. And of course, you bestow a favor. Alaykum, upon, kum, you. Wa anni, and I, and surely I, fazzaltu, I exalted, kum, you. Now, I'm sure I did break it down for you. That, sorry. Right. Wa anni, surely I, just like ni'mati, my favor. Anni is, and that I, or surely I, fazzaltu, I exalted, kum, you. Wa anni, and that I, fazzaltu, I exalted, kum, you, over what? Alal, on, yeah, over, al-alamin, the worlds. So when you look here, Ya bani Israel, azkuru ni'mati allati an'amtu alaykum wa anni fazzaltukum 'alal 'alamin. Ya bani Israel, O children of Israel, uskuru, remember, ni'mati, my favor, allati, which, an'amtu, I bestowed, alaykum, upon you, wa anni, and that I, fazzaltukum, I exalted you, Allah, over, above, al-alamin, the peoples. Okay. The verse before is allazina يَظُنُّونَ أَنَّهُمْ مُلَاقُو رَبِّهِمْ وَأَنَّهُمْ إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Now, before I continue, many of you who are trying to translate with me will realize that there are some parts that you will struggle to translate straight away. And that is the purpose, or one of the purposes of revision. So when we study on that given day, and for the rest of the week, make sure that you revise the lesson. Otherwise, you will continue to forget. You will pick up some points on that day, but what you've learned in the past, you might miss out or you might forget. Allazina yadhunnuna. Those, allazina, those, yadhunnuna. They know for certain. Know what for certain? Annahum. That they, or surely they, mulaku, will meet. Right? Mulaku is to meet. They will meet. Meet whom? Rabbihim. Him, their, Rabbihim, their Lord. Wa annahum. And that they, or surely they, ilayhi, to him. This actually is, ila is towards. He is it, or him, sorry, rather, that towards Allah. Wa annahum, and that they, ilayhi, towards him, to him, raji'un is those who return. Alladhina yadhunnuna, who know for certain, annahum, that they, mulaku, will meet, Rabbihim, him is there, Rabbihim, their Lord, wa annahum, and that, ilayhi, to him, whom is they. So they, raji'un, will return. And that to him will they return. Let's go above. This is a very famous verse, as you're familiar. وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ وَإِنَّهَا لَكَبِيرَةٌ إِلَّا عَلَى الْخَاشِعِينَ. وَاسْتَعِينُوا, and seek help. And this is referring to you. And you seek help with what? Be is with. So what this is bis-sabr. Be as-sabr. Be is with. Bis-sabr is with patience. Was-salah, and prayer. Wa innaha, and surely this, this, la kabiratun. La again is to emphasize on the point of surely. Surely this is kabira, hard. Kabir, in Arabic we say great. Saghir, small. Kabir, great or big. So surely this is great, or this is hard. Illa, except, Allah, on, al-khashi'in, the humble ones. Okay. Khashi'un is the one who is humble. Khashi'in is the plural, the humble ones. Ata'muruna. Ata'muruna, do you, is a question. If you remember, I taught you this in detail, that this usually comes to pose a question. Ata'muruna, do you enjoin, do you instruct? Okay. Amr is called an instruction. So this is the verb. Ta'murun is you enjoin, you instruct. Ata'muruna, do you enjoin an-nasa, the people, of what? Bil birri. Again, bil bir is be al-bir. Bil bir is with good. Wa tansawna, and tansawna, you forget. Anfusakum. Anfusakum is your own selves. Nafsun is your own self. Anfus is the plural. Yourselves. Kum, your. Anfusakum, yourselves or your own selves. Wa antum, and you, tatluna, you read. We say tilawat. Tatluna, you read al-kitaba, the book, i.e. the Holy Quran. Afala ta'qilun. As you can see, there's another question mark. Afala, is will, is a question. Fa, so. La is not. Ta'qilun, you understand. Afala ta'qilun, will you not then understand? Okay, let's move on. Wa aqimus salata wa atuz zakata warka'u ma'a raki'in. Wa aqimu, and you observe. Again, this is an instruction. So you can take this away and just remember, this is referring to the second person, you, right? Waqimu, and observe, plural. And you, all of you, observe what? As-salata, the prayer. Wa'atu, and pay. Az-zakata, the zakah. Warka'u, and you bow, right? As you're familiar, ruku is part of namaz. So ruku is when you slightly bow down. So ruku, the same way warka'u is, and you bow. Ma'a is with. Ar-raki'in is those who bow. وَلَا تَلْبِسُوا الْحَقَّ بِالْبَاطِلِ وَتَكْتُمُوا الْحَقَّ وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. وَلَا تَلْبِسُوا, and la, not talbisu, confuse, and do not confuse, do not confound, al-haqqa, the truth, bil batil, with batil is falsehood. Wa taqtumul haqqa, taqtumu is you hide. Wa taqtumu, and you hide, al-haqqa, the truth. Wa antum, and you, ta'lamun, you know. Wa aminu bima anzaltu musaddiqan lima ma'akum wala takunu awwala kafirin bihi wala tashtaru bi ayati samanan qalilan wa iyaya fattaqun. Wa aminu, and you believe, right? So again, I will take away this you only so I make it clearer that this is an instruction. And believe. Be ma. Be is with. Ma is what? Bima, with what? Anzaltu, I have sent down. Musaddiqan, fulfilling. In Urdu we might say jo tasdeeq karti hai. Fulfilling. Lima. Again, lima will be, li is for, ma is what? For what is ma'a with kum, you. Let's see if we studied ma'a earlier. Right. Ma'a, with ma'a raki'in, with those who bow. Right. In the same way, ma'akum is with you. Wala, and not takunu, you be. Okay. Kana yakunu means to be. Takunu, you be. Wala takunu, and do not be. Awwala, the first. Kafirim bihi. Kafir is a disbeliever. Right? Bihi, be, with, he, it. Okay. Kafir is someone who does not accept something. Okay, so he disbelieves in it. Wala, and not. Tashtaru, you trade. And do not trade. Bi ayati, with my signs. Sorry, bi ayati, with my signs. Samanan, price, qalila, a paltry, a small price. Wala tashtaru bi ayati samanan qalila, and do not trade my verses, my signs, for a paltry price. Wa iyaya fattaquni. Wa, and iya is alone. When you specify something, iya and alone, ya is me. Wa iyaya, and me alone, fattaqun, so take protection, ni. Again, ni is in me. I was explaining to you before that there's an example here as well. Ni'mati, my favor. Okay. Wa anni, and that I, surely I. Okay, so the ya in the end is referring to me. But of course, the ya has been dropped, and all you can see is this sign here of kasra here. So fattakuni says, so take protection in me. Ya bani Israel askuru ni'mati allati anamtu alaykum wa awfu biyahdi ufi biyahdikum wa iyaya farhabun. Ya bani, O children of Israel, uskuru, remember, ni'mati, my favor, allati, which an'amtu, I bestowed. Alaykum, Allah is upon, on, kum you. Wa awfu, awfu is and fulfill. Bi ahdi, be is with ahdi, my covenant. Ufi, I will fulfill. Bi ahdikum, be is with, ahad is covenant, kum is your. Bi ahdikum, with your covenant. Wa and iyaya, iyaya, me alone. Ya is me, iya is alone. And me alone, farhabuni. The ne is me. Just like I told you earlier, that fattakuni, so take protection in me. Farhabuni is, so you fear me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.